All right, thanks, folks, for joining us again on a video podcast. On the road again.
On the road again. But still.
On the road again, but still. Ev's not with us, so he's our producer, but again, we're producing ourselves. So I think we're being recorded. I see the red light flashing, and we saw numbers moving.
I did.
So we went to, you did see numbers moving, right?
I did,
Yeah.
Yep.
So we went to Alton, right?
Alton, New Hampshire.
Yeah. It's about an hour and a half or so away to visit a client. He is tier 1. Right?
He is, but that's almost double the distance we typically try and stay within because of our disabilities. We try and stay within about a 45-minute to an hour away from home base in case something happens.
Right.
But
so why did we go to see this particular client, even though it's a lot farther or significantly farther than what we typically try to do?
Well, I wouldn't say with one specific reason. I think there's a collection of.
There was, yeah.
The first thing that came across both of us was his age, and
he was this elderly guy.
He's in his 80s, and he's also alone. Like, he's got no one to help him do any of the paperwork or anything. So that was one main thing. What was the other one that crossed your mind?
Technologically hindered. He didn't have the ability or the wherewithal to send us the documents. So excuse the bikes, it's bike week here in New Hampshire, so there's a lot of bikes zipping around. So he didn't have the ability to send us the documents he needed. He had the documents.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We got the scans.
And organized.
But he didn't have a way to send them to us, aside from us going to get them. Now, often we have people get a copy and send it to us via the post office, but this guy is a very sick man. Yeah, and we wanted to try to help him sooner rather than later, so we made the decision, due to the totality of the situation, like you said, multiple issues, to go see him and take the pictures of the documents ourselves.
You know, and we talk about this privately all the time, about how much it hurts our heart to hear, previous generation, people in their Vietnam or possibly even Korean war veterans talk about not having anyone there, like not family, but not having any type of support system.
Neighbors,
within
friends,
the VA.
Nothing. Social workers.
And I think it hits you and I differently because we were both very much raised by our grandparents and,
in a lot of ways.
Elders.
Yeah.
That was important to us, and still to my grandparents have passed along, but you still to this day are at beck and call if your grandmother needs you.
I have one grandparent left, my Vo.
So when we hear
if she needs something, right there. I'm very family oriented. I was raised in many ways in that way, and if my grandmother needs me, despite anything that happens or happened, I'm right there for her.
Oh yeah,
and we were there for her in one instance.
Yeah, no,
in our old office, but this guy has. Not to mention that he's sick. He has no one, so we wanted to be there for him, and
poor guy.
We went.
Yeah, I gotta say, good mental aptitude about everything. Like, he's showing us the different ports for like chemo or this, that, and the other.
Feeding to
so all these different
like we believe you, sir.
But I think it was just in the moment felt comfortable with us, but
lifting his shirt up, we're like, whoa, hey, we believe you, sir.
But having a good time about it.
He's a good man. He right when we walked in, he's like, what do you think about Trump's whatever? We're like, okay, let's start. We can't talk about politics, but okay, let's set the tone.
Our only opinion is we're glad that no troops really touched the ground, and hopefully everybody comes home safe.
Right.
That's it. veteran organization.
Let's set the tone from the start.
And it's tough because, I mean, everybody has an opinion. So
yes, I mean, and everyone's
tough
going
to not engage.
Yeah, and of course you want to engage because he's alone and he wants to talk.
He did not push the issue. He was
right.
Did not push the issue.
Usually they do.
He was understanding and
yeah, he was.
You know,
but we want to help him, and like we do. We asked about things other than his initial request and discovered that he needs assistance in other ways.
Yeah.
In ways other than his initial request. Perhaps even more important than his initial request, potentially.
Yeah, it's sad because he
might not have recognized.
He had I wouldn't say a large savings, but he had something that was significant that was supposed to last. And in that came from his wife's passing in life insurance.
Relatively 6 years ago.
Yeah, and
unfortunately.
Like, he's gone through all of that because of all the inflation. Everything that's happened over the last 6 years since COVID has, like, drained him dry, or despite having a full retirement as a security guard.
He was a corrections officer, and and now he's on Social Security a little bit, and
so it's sad to hear those types of situations, you know.
And he didn't realize. I don't think he realized his predicament until we kind of asked him to lay out. What about your food? What about your electricity? I mean, your utilities. What about your, this, that, and the other thing? And then he was like, oh, well, I didn't, when you put it that way, I guess I could do, I didn't realize it kind of adds up to this. And that's where my savings have gone.
Yeah. Over
the course of the last 6 years since my wife died. And I've been kind of pissing it away, not frivolously.
Yeah. But it's funny because he was talking about his food insecurity and where things are at. He's like, oh, it's not so bad. Once a week I go down to the senior center or whatever, and I got to pay $3. He's like, I've been cutting these corners here, there, and it's like, what do you mean it's not so bad?
You don't need to cut corners, man. Sir. He's like, one kind of cute thing he said was, my wife was a gourmet cook. I'm not, so I'm trying really hard to cook things that I like to eat. He said, because I'm having oatmeal with bananas in the morning. Like, sir, that's not cooking. But it's nice that you're trying to keep the memory of your wife alive.
And I think it's tough too because not only with the age, but food preparation, food situations for just a single person is a little difficult because you can't really cook a meal for only one person.
Yeah, how do you do that without meal prepping? And who wants to do that when it's just you?
And especially in that health, like, I mean, and I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy got around. Like, every time we asked for a piece of documentation, he knew where it was, he got up and got it.
Despite his injury. So he had a replaced knee, he had a mesh, prosthetic mesh on his hip. He had things other than his
the actual cancer.
His cancer, stage 4 cancer things. He was a broken man, but like you said, he got up and he did things, and he kept saying, I'm not lazy, I'm trying. We know, sir, we're not saying or alluding to, that's gross.
The home was clean and, like, well put together.
Yeah.
It wasn't, like, trashy like some of the other places.
Too.
Yeah.
So,
which is funny because he was complaining. He's like, I got to get out and mow but he can't physically, But
you said, do you like golf? He goes, I love golf, but that's how I hurt my back. And it's like, he was a good man. He was a good man.
Genuinely good attitude.
Despite his predicament.
And I think we talk about this all the time too. But the fact that he has been let down by so many people.
Yeah, so what happened was we got up to leave to go inspect the backyard where one of his situations were occurring. And he said, do you know where my paperwork is? I said, yes, sir. I put it back on your TV tray, the table he was using. And he goes, yeah, I see that. Where's my ID? And I said, it's underneath your DD-214. He goes, I just want to make sure. I said, okay, I get that. I fully get that. And so I showed him the actual ID that was there. He goes, I don't mean to say I don't trust you, but there's a lot of crooks out there. And that made me feel really, I said, no, I agree with you. I understand.
Yeah.
But it made me feel really bad.
But then he asked, oh, where are you boys from? Which is funny to hear that as
where are you boys?
Guys in our 40s. But, and where are you guys from? And when we told him Littleton, and he knew where that was.
Yeah.
There's not too many people in the southern part of the state know Littleton.
Like, oh, Littleton, oh.
And
yeah,
he
said, that's
was
about
like,
an hour and a half away.
he's like, you came all the way out here for me. Like, you could see...
He's surprised.
Hope.
He's surprised on his face.
Yes, and there was hope and a rejuvenation because he has been let down by whether it be
the system,
organizations,
people,
or what that are right there.
Said, you came all this way for me? And we said, yeah. Which is one of the things we wanted to talk about. One of the things, so we always say in the office, we try to do the right thing for the right reasons as often as we can. That's kind of, we started this charity to do that the best that we can. And we want to be there for people, especially when nobody else can be or will be.
Yes, and the thing is too...
Sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's both.
And, why it's so important that we work as a team, too, because individually we get into these situations where we can identify with the person, and sometimes we get a little too emotionally involved, and we have to step back and be like...
Draw back, put the brakes.
Am I going about this whole thing the right way? And this is one way, as soon as it came across our desk, we both knew we had to at least get out there and try and help them with the paperwork and get the ball rolling. But, I mean, there are times...
How much assistance we can help them with, I don't know. We'll see. There's a variety of issues that we need to plug away at. Whether we can help them with some, all, whatever, remains to be seen. I'm sure we can help them with something.
Oh, yes. Without
probably with a couple things. With everything, I don't know. Like we explained to everybody, we don't make the decisions.
Yes,
we bring it forward and see.
We come up with the plan, but it's not up to the office to say yes, no, or maybe.
Right, and I think that kind of helps also set the tone for a lot of our clients because they understand that it's not Chuck and Eric and making these decisions. We gather the information. We, like you said, we come up with a plan, we come up with an idea, we get the narrative, and we present it to our board of directors who make the decision. If it was just us, it would be a different story. It'd be a whole different organization.
We wouldn't exist if it was just you. All the money would gone.
We'd be gone. Like, okay, help, gone.
We already try to spend the money the best way we can, but I mean...
But, I think it helps them understand why we ask the questions that we ask.
Yes.
And why we're so thorough on the questions.
And on the flip side, I think it's the same thing for our board of directors. I mean, all the people on our board now have been with us for more than a year. And
even the alternates,
have all seen the way that we conduct ourselves. So now their questions aren't as meticulous. Like now they understand where we're coming from. They know our thought process. So they ask more specific questions, not... Oh, did you find out the cost, or did you get the contract?
Typically, it's not as generalized.
Yeah, so
they already know that we do that.
Yes, so it's been really good on all levels for that.
And it helps the process flow a little bit more evenly, more swiftly.
And it's interesting because we've only done a drive that was more than an hour away only a handful of times in the 8 years or so we've been around, and one was that house fire that was a complete loss.
We did that in the winter, in the snow.
Yeah, it was 3 veterans and another roommate, and they lost everything. And surprisingly,
I think there might be a picture of that up on our website of that, of us standing on the snow.
Because one of them had a bunch of ammo, and I'm not sure if it was a reload person or what.
It was a reloader.
That was definitely a concern, and we took that, and it was snowing and at night, that was a tough one. But again, it's what set us apart from a lot of other organizations, and why we try and keep the red tape to a minimum.
But again, like we've said to a lot of places that we've gone out to, especially about the red tape, is when the people that reach out to us need help, they need help now or oftentimes yesterday.
Yes.
So we try to step in and do what we can as fast as we can until the big organizations can swivel those guns around and really step in there and do what they need to do. We're not a subsidy. We don't subsidize assistance, but we try to do a stopgap. We're the direct pressure. We stop the bleeding, we stop the hemorrhage, and then apply the bandage on and then see what can happen.
What's interesting on the people we deal with that are relatively close, like we have that survivor's benefits case, we've gone over there probably no less than 5-6 times
easily
to help fill out paperwork, sign stuff over.
What a thing.
And this woman who's been dealing with this probably 2 or 3 years now, we've only been with her about 8 months, and she keeps getting all these runarounds, and she knows she can rely on us, and she reaches out to us.
She reached out to us yesterday or the day before and said, I'm not hearing anything. The problem is the VA isn't going to contact us about her decision.
Yes.
They're going to contact her, but she contacts us for information. So we're doing the best we can, and I feel so bad for her because this is a situation where the system, frankly, is failing.
Yes.
And it's not just failing in general, it's failing her.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of redoing of the same type of paperwork with different, names across it.
And a lot of it is. And a lot of it is like simple clerical errors on their part, like saying he joined the service in 2060. In 2060. Like,
how in the world does that happen?
And that was the reason for denial. Like,
and then nobody offering any assist, just sending this nonchalant
huge stack
denial.
And then denial, like, you need to redo it. How can she redo? She doesn't know what she did wrong.
And then her paperwork included education, so post 9/11 benefits,
education benefits,
survivor benefits, comp and pen, like all these other forms that
that aren't pertinent to her case. She doesn't know what she's supposed to fill out. It's ridiculous. This is the problem with clerks in the system in this case, the VA.
Yeah.
Just we'll send her a packet that includes things that aren't for her, saying fill it out and send it back. Yeah, that's great. She doesn't know what to fill out. She doesn't know how to fill it out or where to send it. And you can say, well, it explains it all in the packet. Not for an 80-some-odd-year-old woman who's not understanding what to do.
But it really
no one's offering to help her.
Because all the forms are different forms, but they all have the same basic information. It's just a different form name. Yeah. So you're providing all the same basic information, but if you do the one for, education benefits, but you're applying for survivor benefits, so even though it's the same information, they kick it back. And
they're going to say, well, you filled out the wrong form. It's just wrong. It's wrong.
All government stuff, whether it be local, state, or federal government organizations, you're going to run into this because a lot of the people dealing with it just dealing with paper. They're not dealing with the individual. They don't understand there is a person behind. Because
it's a bureaucracy and it's red tape. And now, from what I'm understanding, is there's computer algorithms, AI, that will scan some of these documents and just see an error and strike it off. That's a problem too. You need a person to realize there's a person behind the paperwork.
And don't get us wrong. I mean, we use AI to simplify things, but there's a person, me or you, behind the computer screen to verify that these things are correct. Not just feeding it into a system. It's a whole long thing. And she's on top of her game, because what's funny is I put my birth year
on one of the things,
and hit for her husband who passed away for his birth year, because we had similar birth dates. So it was, but she caught that right away. And
she was like, I think there's a mistake, so we fixed it real quick.
So it's not like she's so far gone and ignorant that she can't do it. It's that
she's not blindly sending things in.
She's
sharp as a tack.
Doesn't understand how this is even happening and how she can fix it.
Yeah, she's sharp as a tack, but the system's failing her. But we're there for her every step of the way, and we're going to continue to be there for her until this is resolved. But that's the point. We want to be there for our clients when nobody else will be, for whatever reason. And if you're watching or listening, if that's the case, and you know someone who needs help them out. And if you can't help them out and they need help, try to find someone who can. Sometimes it's as simple as a phone call. Hey, I know someone who needs help. I can't do it for whatever reason. Do you know someone who can help him? Maybe you can help him. Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know someone who can? Because Mr. Jones needs the help. Can you help him? Or can you guide me to someone who can help him? These old timers, or maybe somebody with a TBI or whatever, PTSD, they need help. You can be their advocate, especially if they need it.
The best advice I can give, if you're gonna try and help, get actual direct phone number, direct name of a contact individual.
So important. Don't give them 1-800 number.
Yes,
anybody can call a 1-800 number. They're going to get an answering machine.
It's very defeating.
Try to get a direct number as best you can, because when you call or when they call, they're going to want to talk to a person, not an answering machine.
Absolutely true.
Yep.